Howdy all Muklex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Well, hey, you're still okay. Uh, Obviously I am still in the process of collecting brass. So I'm gonna go out for more brass. I thought I had grabbed... I guess not. No, that's not the... I'm sorry, that's not the button I meant to push. I pushed the wrong button. Push the wrong... I don't want to load all your junk. All my junk. Your junk. It's my junk. Don't want to load all my junk into my inventory. There's my brass. I wanted this button. There we go. I want to sort everything to make sure that I didn't miss any brass. There we go. Put that there. I'm going to start this up. Let that cook while I'm out and about. So, oh man, I tell you. So, I've got... I was trying to think how this story goes. So last week, or last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. There we go. 2 weeks ago Friday. They had sent me an email, right, that I could get my Valve Index, which is the new VR headset from Valve, and so I ordered that, right, and so it comes through FedEx. Now we get a lot of packages here because none of us like to go shopping. And it's just nice to have everything just shipped to the house. And so most of it comes through the mail or UPS. But, you know, my index was coming through FedEx. And so the problem with that is that FedEx requires you to sign for things. And so I had asked the people that live here to whoa, if they would be available to sign for it, and they told me yes, and then they didn't. So it didn't. I didn't get it on the Wednesday when it was supposed to be here, which kind of sucked because I had put in overtime on Monday and Tuesday so that I didn't have to work on Wednesday. I mean, it didn't make that big of a difference, I guess, but I really wanted my headset, and then it didn't come because they didn't sign for it. But it required an indirect signature, which meant that they left a little piece of paper, and then I was able to take that paper and sign it and stick it back to the door. And so when they came on Thursday, they could get my signature that I had left on that piece of paper. And so I'm like, okay, but I want my index, and I want to make sure it comes, and I want to make sure they don't miss it. And so on Wednesday, they came at 10:45 a.m. And so I got up at like 9, and I started working because I still had a couple hours left to go on Thursday because I worked a ton on Wednesday, and so I still had a little bit to finish off for the week so that I could play with my new headset, right? And so they came at 10:20. I had intended to go upstairs at 10:30 since it was 10:45 the day before to wait for it, and so I got an email that said that my package had been delivered. I'm like, oh, okay. And sure enough, it was there, and they just got the paper off the door, and it was all easy peasy. So then we get to this week, and on Tuesday, the video card I wanted, the RTX 2080 Super, came out, and so I ordered that, and so the first version of it out, you could only get from NVIDIA. I didn't know, and so that's what I bought. I bought the one from NVIDIA, and so it had, man, there's a lot of cars right here. It had 1 day shipping, 2 day shipping, and so I was like, oh man, I can't hit what I'm aiming at. Wow. You're just gonna shoot all your bullets out because you can't aim? I mean, he's right there in front of you. Clearly I can't aim. And so oh hey. Okay, let's go get that and then we'll come back for this. Where's my bike? There's my bike. I had better mark this on the map though, so that I can find it again. Now that it's not right on the road, but who knows, you know. So I'm like, all right. So this is what I'll do. I'll get up. I won't be able to handle it on Wednesday, but they've got 2 day shipping. I definitely will probably have time on Thursday. And so then I get another email that's like, now shipping and processing, or shipping does not occur until after processing, and processing may take up to 48 hours. I'm like, oh, so I probably, because it's second day business, I probably won't get it until next week at this point. Man, where's this thing going? Right in the lake? Are you seriously going in the lake? That's not helpful, guys. Looks like there's something already down there, too. There is stuff down there. Oh, no there's not. I am seeing water forming around the weeds on the bottom. That's what I'm seeing. It looks like boxes. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So it came. Well, no. So I'm like, all right. So I'll get it like next week. That's fine. Whatever. Like I said before, I'm not really a gotta have it now kind of person. I mean, I want it now. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like, you know, going crazy like a dog that I gotta have it now. Gotta have it now. Gotta have it now. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. And well, then Tuesday night I did gaming. I usually do that on Monday night, but we weren't able to play Monday night, so we played Tuesday night. And after I was done Tuesday night at 3:30 a.m., I had an email from NVIDIA. It was like, yeah, we have shipped your package. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so I clicked on it. A lot of times you get that, but it's just they've printed off the mailing label, and it hasn't actually shipped yet. But no, they meant it. And so I'm like, oh, it's coming on Thursday. I'm like, oh, well, now we're back to this week. That's exciting. And so Wednesday night we did not play D&D. Our DM came up with another lame excuse as to why I couldn't play this week. I don't get it. Like, I need time to prepare for things that I'm doing on Saturday that I do like every Saturday, and what I really mean is I don't want to prep your game for you tonight. So, but I'm going to hide that by saying that I have work stuff to do. But, and this is the thing that makes me know that's not true, he still had time to talk about comics for an hour and a half. Obviously, if your work stuff is overwhelming you, then you don't have time to talk about the comics for an hour and a half. Because we only play for about 2 hours. So we could have played for 2 hours and talked about comics at different nights. Because comics aren't important. Because comics is just me and him. And D&D is a few of us. And so, I mean, when he says we're not doing it, then that affects more than just, me and him. And so, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those things where it's rude because someone else has already set aside time and he only announces this stuff the day of. So it's like after the other guys have gone to work, I work from home. So after I've gone to work and after the other guys have gone to work, although I work from home, so it's not quite the same. I'm at my computer, and then that's when he's like, "Oh, we can't play tonight." No, like you knew ahead of time, and you have Thursday and Friday to do whatever you have to prepare for on Saturday. Because I know what he does. Anyways, that is a weird tangent in the middle of my story, and so I'm guessing, I'm guessing, like, all right. So the first time they showed up was 10:45, and the next time they show up is 10:20. Then that means that my packages usually come in the morning. And because of where I live in the middle of nowhere, our nearest FedEx is 50 minutes away. Like 50 miles. And so it's not like a easy just hold it there and I'll come pick it up. Not like at UPS. At UPS it's like 6 miles to our UPS. It's like 50 miles to FedEx. And so I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to go to bed early, and I'm going to get up early. And then that way, I have some yard work I can work on, and then that way I can get out there and do that yard work in sight of the doorway so that I will be out there to sign for my package, because last one was an indirect signature. This one was a direct signature. An adult had to sign for it in person, or else they wouldn't leave it. So, I got up this morning at like 8:15 a.m., which is about 2 hours before I normally get up. Which I guess isn't as early as it sounds like in my head, but 8 a.m. sounds super early to me. I don't know why. I get up at 9 all the time, so I don't know why I would think that 8 was that earlier, much earlier. But anyways, so I get up at 8, and then I sit in the kitchen eating my breakfast, which I don't normally do. I usually bring it down here to my computer. And because I really do spend most of my day at my computer. And so and I moved the chair so I could see out the patio door uh, to make sure I could see if he shows up. I didn't expect him that early, um, but wouldn't take any chances. So I went ahead and I ate my breakfast. So about 8:45ish, I'm like, all right, breakfast's done. So I know I've got some yard work I can do, so I'm gonna go do some yard work. And so I went out and I got the weed trimmer and I cleaned up the driveway, two of the flower beds, around the pool, around some of the trees, around the flower planters. I had already done that earlier, like a few weeks ago, but it was ready again. And and so I'm just cleaning everything up with the trimmer that I can manage to find, because all that stuff is in sight of the door. And so as long as I can stay where I can see the door, I will be ready when he comes out. So then after about 2 hours of trimming things, I ran out of things to trim. And I'm like, this is a problem. So I'm like, all right. I can mow the lawn. It needs to be mowed. I will mow the lawn. So I thought that guy was going to come over here. He did not. So I got the lawnmower. I fill it with gas. I mow the stretch of lawn next to the driveway. I mow the stretch of lawn on the other side of the driveway. I mow the lawn next to the road. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a break now. So I go inside. It is 11:30. He is still not here. I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat lunch. So I made some sandwiches, got a big glass of half and half, and ate my lunch. Still not there. I'm like, all right, well, I'll go back out and work on the lawn some more. So I got out the lawnmower. I went back to the part where I could sometimes see the door, and which is why I hadn't done it earlier. So I mowed that, and then I hit a rock. I'm pretty sure I hit a rock and I popped the belt off the lawnmower, so I got to put that back on tomorrow. And but I mowed all the lawn that I wanted to before that happened. It happened like right at the end, and so I wouldn't even known it, except that I stopped the lawnmower blades and moved the kid's swing out of the way. And then when I re-engaged the blades, it made a funny noise. And then when I mowed where I'd moved the swings from, it left a weird patch of grass. And when I brought it in, I was like, ooh, it's making a horrible noise. I'm going to take it back up to the garage. And so I got back up to the garage, and I got down on my hands and knees, and actually I laid down on the cement. And this place is surrounded in cars, but I know it's also going to be full of zombies and stuff. But I kind of want to... I just want to see if... help me. My bike tried to kill me. I just want to see if this counts. This top one does. And so, Oh, and I took my phone and I took pictures underneath and tried to move the blades around. They wouldn't move. I'm like, okay, well everything seems fine. What was all that noise from? And so there's a spot where there's a cover. Okay, I don't think that one counts. And I put my fingers up in the cover. I'm like, oh yeah, no, right here. I can feel the pulley has nothing on it, and the belt, which is still there, it didn't break, but it is loose, and it should not be loose. It should be tight. So obviously, I have popped the belt off, uh, and so, oh yeah, let's check my bags here. How did I do? Three radiators, two engines. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to go back and check my gun supplies now. And, is that a river? I don't think it's a river, but it'll be easier just to come back this way. So, I go back out and I did all that, and then, now it's like 1:30. I haven't even started work for the day yet. And it's already 1:30 in the afternoon. He's still not here. And so then about that time, I come back in and I'm like, I gotta start work, I guess. So I start work and I tell my nephew, I'm like, hey, they should be dropping off a package. So if you hear them, you answer the door and you tell them you gotta come get me, and then I will come and sign for it. And so I came downstairs and then I could hear there's like his father was here, and so he started cleaning the upstairs, the floor above me. And so I'm like, all right, well, good, somebody's there. And so until like 5 o'clock, people were here, and still not here. And so then he had to go, and I'm like, well, I don't know. So I told the kid again. I'm like, hey man, they knock. You make sure to come get me. You answer the door first, though, and let them know you're coming to get me, because I don't want him to just stick a sticker and leave. And he's like, okay. And so about 5:30, the kid come and got me, and so I got my new video card. Unfortunately, I realized today that new video card does not use the same hookups as old video card. And so my DVI to HDMI cables that I've been using don't plug into new video card. And so I don't have cables currently. Although I ordered a set or two DisplayPort to DVI adapters, and so I will be able to do that up, and then but they don't get here till Saturday, and then because I didn't look at the box, like what am I gonna do? I didn't look at the box, so I was reading the bottom of the box because I was looking over the packaging because it's straight from NVIDIA. I've never purchased a video card straight from NVIDIA before. And so I wanted to see, what they had written on their box and stuff. And it's just basically a gray box, and there's some writing on the bottom. I was looking at the writing on the bottom, and it's like, this box includes, a list of stuff. One of the things is a DisplayPort to DVI adapter. I'm like, oh, well, I could totally finagle this because the card has like 4 DisplayPort ports, an HDMI port, something else, I don't even know. And so I have an HDMI cord that's plugged into my PlayStation 3. So I could use that because my PlayStation 3 is sitting above where my computer's at and connects to the TV, so I could easily just use that for right now. And then if they have a dongle in there, well, then I can hook up the other monitor the way that I normally do. Just have to use that dongle. And so yeah, so I should be able to set all that up. Uh, and the problem is though, is I didn't finish work today until close to 8:30. And once I finished work, then my family decided we were going to watch a movie together. And so I did not get to put in my new video card yet. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to try for tomorrow. We'll see. I do need to fix the lawnmower now, or call the service to come get the lawnmower and fix it if it's not that. Um, and we've got some, they're redoing the living room, and so there's some work they need done in the living room, and apparently they can't manage to do anything on their own, so they called somebody to come work on it, and he wants, I totally just found an auger? No, I had an auger. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. I should be unloading this. Food. Actually, some of that's trash. Nobody's eating your gross cat food or your dog food. Well, I got plenty of engines. Could use some more batteries. Okay, so brass. It takes one brass per. No, that's brass. That's not what I want. I want a casing. It's two per, right? And a clay. Oh, so that's not as many bullets as I was thinking. So I've got about 300-ish in there. It's like about 763-ish in there. Not as good as I was hoping. So I need to get some more niter, it looks like. What's our... 35 is our next day, right? So... But, yeah, I don't know, hopefully it all works right. I know sometimes you get new electronics, they don't work right out of the box. Oh, that's hasn't happened to me very often. But I'm looking forward to trying it out for sure. Oh, I have one more thing to talk about. So, one of the things that they did with the card is obviously it's an RTX. That means it's got the new ray tracing stuff. And I'm kind of interested to see what that's like, because I know it's quite a graphics upgrade, or it looks like it's supposed to be a decent enough graphics upgrade. And I mean, we'll see in reality for games that support it. Although a lot of the new games are supporting it, so there is that. And so they included two games that support ray tracing. One of them is Wolfenstein Youngblood, and that one is on the Bethesda launcher, which I have and I use occasionally. can't remember if this is my. Yeah, I think right there's some. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So Wolfenstein Youngblood, and the other one is this new game called Control that I don't really know anything about. Um, and so I'm like, okay. So I got Control and Wolfenstein Youngblood, and so it's like to install these games, you have to load the GeForce Experience. I'm like, all right, I'll load the GeForce Experience. I've been avoiding that, but whatever. And not that I have anything against the GeForce Experience. It's just as an old school gamer, and when I say old school, I mean 3.5-inch floppy disk gamer. I'm still of the mindset that you should have as little as possible running on your system at any given time. And so I'm always leery to load those extra things. It's probably part of it ties into why I don't want to have all the launchers because, right, they all take up extra stuff. And so anyway, so I'm like, all right, Youngblood's on the Bethesda launcher, that's fine. And then I load the GeForce Experience. I go on there and it's got a link to where the games are going to come from. And so I'm like, all right. So I click on that. And that's where it tells me Youngblood Experience, or Youngblood, Wolfenstein Youngblood is on the Bethesda launcher. Control is on the Epic launcher. You know what? Last time I bought a video card, I got The Witcher 3. I got The Witcher 3. And it was on... It was on the CD Projekt launcher, GOG, GOG. And I never installed it because I don't want another launcher. And you know what? I for sure don't want the Epic launcher. I refuse. So if I do play Control, I will have to get it from another source. Interestingly enough, I learned today that my personal feelings on the Epic launcher, that they're even more petty, vindictive than I thought they were, and I was not aware. But apparently, and I have not checked this out for real, but it was in an article and not just on a Reddit post or something. I read that the games that they have that are listing as exclusive to Epic are actually available on Epic and the Windows Store. And so if you don't want to use Epic, you can get them from the Windows, but they are not available on Steam. And so they're only exclusive from Steam. And so yeah, that's just petty. That's petty. I mean, maybe Windows has got a thing. I haven't bought anything on the Windows Store, I don't think, in years. Uh, Maybe they got a thing that any game that runs on Windows has to be available through them, but to make it exclusive on just... Ooh, we're getting really close there. Nice. Just gotta get to 85. To make it exclusive for just those two. And I've said before, I don't mind exclusive content, like they do in stores. You know, like, I mean, that's not true. I do find like Target has some weird exclusives that are very similar. Like you can only get the D&D essentials from Target for the first however long, and I don't like that. I don't like that because I have no idea where the closest Target is. What if I wanted that? You know, I mean, I guess I could go on their website, but what if I was on a website, user. I'm pretty sure our closest target is 50 miles away. How does that help people out who don't have a target in their area? Uh, I mean, not that Walmart's probably going to carry it, you understand, but where I live in the middle of nowhere, Walmart's as good as it gets. But yeah, I definitely am not. Even though it's a free game, I am not supporting Epic because I don't like the way they do business. And that's my choice. I'm not saying don't use Epic. If you want to use Epic, you use Epic. That's you. I'm just saying that me personally, I won't do it. I won't do it. I really want to play Outer Worlds, which is exclusive for a year to Epic. I'm not going to do it. Got free control. I'm not going to do it. I have got enough stuff that I don't play already to worry about loading another launcher that uses very predatory practices, in my opinion. You know what? I mean, Disney does the same thing. But I just I didn't like what they were doing until the Kickstarter thing. And now I really don't like what they're doing. And I think that's wrong, and I don't see how it's legal for them to let people pay to develop something, and then after it's on its way to being developed, and people have put their money in, expecting a Steam key for the product that they paid to develop, to then turn around and get the developer to make it an Epic exclusive and remove it off of Steam, and then pay back the people who don't want it on Epic. That just, I don't know, that rubs me the wrong way. Oh man, now I need coal. It's a never-ending cycle. All right, well, with that, I'm going to call it a day. So click like if you like, subscribe, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.